Hi, I'm Erica Fitzgerald. I'm an interdisciplinary artist working in sculpture and performance with creative writing. I'm at Azule. I mainly focus on writing and performance, and I'm loving it so far.
Thanks so much, Erica.
So yeah, I left these out. I'm really interested in the shape of this space. So I work a lot with object and kind of like household, feminine kind of themes. So I'm really interested. I left these out here all night last night, and then they've all filled with water.
Oh.
And I did a performance this morning where I took water and moved the water from vessel to vessel to fill each one of those in a clockwise
Direction.
direction. Yeah. And eventually, I got down to my, I don't know where it went. This one, the smallest vessel to fill the largest one right here through the colander.
Which did not fill up with water.
It did not.
Okay,
Yeah.
not the colander.
Right,
Yeah, no.
right. And then kind of just getting at kind of like the burdens, you know, of kind of menial tasks and carrying things that aren't necessarily tactile. Water, you can't really carry water unless it's within a vessel. So yeah.
So the shape specifically kind of inspired this because of maybe the recursive nature of the menial kind of repetitive task that you mentioned?
And being able to kind of walk a line in a circle. A circle never ends and never really has a beginning to it.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, and then the pots and pans as well are all round in shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my last question is, there is a mowing situation, as you can probably tell, and do you think you would have had a different experience had the weeds not been here?
So, possibly, but I do actually kind of enjoy them. I don't know if I would have it any other way now that I've done it.
Yeah.
I didn't even really think about it when I started out here. I did another performance on, what day is it?
Oh, Tuesday, I think, yeah.
A couple days ago. Where it was just very lyrical, kind of movements reaching to all of these things. And the thing that I actually really enjoyed is the two viewpoints that I got. One was shooting down and one was actually shooting through the little weeds and stuff, and it turned out beautifully. So, I actually kind of like it. Yeah.
That's cool. Also here. So what is your name?
I'm Erica Fitzgerald. I am an interdisciplinary artist staying here at Azule right now. I work primarily in sculpture, performance, and contemporary writing.
Okay, and how did you become the artist you are today with all those disciplines?
Oh, wow. Have a very extensive theater background, musical theater specifically. I kind of got out of that in my mid-20s and started just kind of getting back into like the art world and creating and making things, and I think having that background, I don't know if I would be as much into the performative side of art as I am. But I think it kind of gives me an outlet as far as being able to express ideas and themes through something that's not necessarily always tangible and always viewable by a lot of people. I think art should exist in this space between the idea and the actual thing, and I think that's kind of where performance lives. So
kind of ephemeral, maybe?
Yeah, very ephemeral. And then with the performance, documentation was something that I had struggled with, and I started writing. And once I started writing about my performances, then I started to realize that that's something that I actually really enjoy. Traditionally, I started the art practice in sculpture, like specifically only sculpture, and then kind of just started losing focus with sculpture because I felt like there was not necessarily a ton that I was able to convey the way I wanted to. Then got into the performance from the theater background, and yeah.
What were your sculpture subjects mainly about?
A lot of found objects. I put things in weird places, like I mounted an oven on a wall, so it was unusable. Did a lot of welding. But with the welding, I think a lot of my stuff started to become more abstract. So I kind of started to shift focus off of the topic and then started thinking more about like just abstract items. So that's kind of where I started to like refocus into performance and being able to express ideas and themes through that kind of ephemeral aspect.
It's interesting because you seem to like the ephemeral, and sculpture is about as solid as you can get. So, and you think that's why you felt limited by sculpture?
Probably, yeah. Time-based art is just something that totally fascinates me, and I think time-based art is also more accessible to people. Because at any point in time, you may be in some sort of art performance and not even know that you're a part of that, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think that being able to connect with people and give them art is something that I'm really passionate about as well. So I think in performance and being able to perform literally anywhere, I can't take a welded sculpture everywhere with me, but I can take my body with me everywhere. I do take my body with me everywhere I go. So
whether you want to or not, it's there.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, I think that kind of drives that part of the boat for me.
So during the pandemic isolation, what have you? Did you learn new forms, or did you just sort of give it up?
I think I got deeper into writing and performance because I couldn't get to my studio to weld, and I couldn't go really find found objects and have people help me lift them onto walls, and so I think that kind of drove me a little bit more to think a lot more about performance, and yeah.
That's cool.
It's kind of helpful in that way, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting. We just had residents come through that how the pandemic changed and even improved or added, enhanced.
I was really worried about it as far as like the sculptural practice of my work, because I didn't know. I mean, all these ideas that you have that you want to put down and make, and not being able to access your materials is scary for an artist, So I think that's where I kind of tried to make the best of it.
Do you go on many art residency programs?
This is actually my first residency program. I have 2 more after this lined up. One is in Iceland and one is in Tennessee. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
And is there something specific or anything comes to mind that the being in this space is helping contribute to your artistic?
I think it's definitely the atmosphere. The atmosphere here is, Camille is an incredible human, and a very inspiring human. But I think it's nice to disconnect from just all of the information that we take in all the time. I think this is a good place to do that and really dig in and focus on what's important for your practice and what's important for art as a whole. I think this is a great place to do that.
Okay. And do you have any specific plans for being in this space? Anything that you're interested in exploring?
I really wanted to dig super deep into my writing, but when I got here, I think that shifted a little bit, and I think this is such a unique space. Not using it would be not beneficial to me, so not using it to perform and find new places and ways to perform would be kind of a detriment to me. So I've been writing a little bit, but I definitely am exploring the grounds and thinking about, you know, using this really unique space to kind of convey some things that I've been thinking about and wanting to work on in performance. So yeah, I'm glad I'm here.
Awesome. Any final thoughts?
This is a beautiful place.
Awesome.
Absolutely beautiful place. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Thanks so much, Erica.
Thank you.